Good morning, darlings. It's April Mason here again, coming to talk to you about something, ladies. We talked about it before, but I wanted to talk to you about it a little bit more today. I'm here in beautiful Montego Bay. It's when I say beautiful, it is gorgeous, darling. It is gorgeous. And actually, I am doing some writing because I'm preparing to release a new book. Hopefully, I'll have it done by the holidays. It'd be a great book, ladies, for you to dive into in order to jumpstart your 2020. But like I said, I'm in Montego Bay. It's beautiful. I'll show you. It's an hour behind if you're on East Coast, but this is from my room, sitting on my little patio here, so you get to see. Let me get up a little bit so you can see. It's so pretty, huh? What a great place to write and study and all of that good stuff. Great place, great place. So I don't know where my next stop will be if I have to get some writing done, but I always have to be by some water. But anywho, turn this back around. I wanted to talk to you this morning about being a feminine CEO. And we talked about it. If you go through look at my videos, I can't see, I don't see y'all. If you look in the videos recently, maybe about a month or so ago, I talked about the importance of being a feminine CEO. And you guys were asking if I'm going to do an event about it, and a live event. And actually, I'm not going to do a in-person live event because there was so many amazing women reaching out saying, you know, I want to be a feminine CEO. I want to be a feminine CEO. Javon said, you need to do something for the men. Well, there's a lot of other men that are doing things for the men. There's men that can teach you business out there. It's all about who you're willing to listen to. But my gifting is for the ladies in regards to being a feminine CEO. And actually, my attorney probably on here somewhere, I've trademarked the feminine CEO because I believe that as women, we have gotten out of our positions, and you're wondering why we're not making the money. True enough, especially African American women are said to be the #1 leaders in entrepreneurship as far as starting new businesses. And that's wonderful. But are you making any money? Just because you can start a business doesn't mean you're making any money. And I'll give you a little story. And then I'll share with you what I am doing for 3 days where you can participate from any place in the world, because I'm going to teach you how to be a feminine CEO, especially if you want to make money online. What I did was I looked at how I wanted my life to be. I looked at how I wanted to flow. And I said, you know what? I want my life to be a particular way. But the only way I could do that is I had to get into the flow. And this is what I mean about getting into the flow. For those of you that are new to me, hey. For those of you that are not, you know my story. Back in 2014, I went through a major breakup. And I'm like, major breakup. Like, we were getting married. We don't want to look at rings, all of that stuff. But there was something on the inside of me that said, April, you can't do this. You can get married again, but this is not it. Fast forward to today, he and I were still friends. We're still good. But back then, it was a really tumultuous breakup. Well, that breakup started me into my journey of femininity. And that's why I said being a spiritual person is so important, even if it's just a little bit of being spiritual. I'll be teaching spirituality in my Asset Elevation program here soon. But I went through that breakup. That breakup caused me to have to deal with some other stuff. But what I found is the whole femininity. Now, I've been teaching I'm an Asset. My first I'm an Asset event was, I've been using it since 2011, but my first I'm an Asset event was in Oakland, California in 2013, 12 or 13. So I was going around, I knew what it meant to be an asset woman, but I had not shifted my energy to make the money like an asset feminine woman. And what I mean by that is we are not supposed to be grinding and hustling in the same manner as men. But what's happened is studies show that since the 1960s, 60%, there has been a 60% increase in women types of cancer like breast cancer, cervical cancer, as well as other an increase in feminine health issues like fibroids, cysts, things of that nature. And back then, when you look at from the 1960s to now, what happened? That's when women fully entered into the workforce. They came in there. We can do what men can do. But the problem with that was they came into something that was built to function for men. Not saying that women should not be out, go to work or whatnot, but how it was running, the dogmaticness of it, the do, the competition, the aggression, the masculinity. Instead of women coming into the workforce bringing the feminine energy and the feminine essence, they came in and they adopted how men do business. If you look at our society today, majority of the women, thank you all so much for sharing. I see you sharing it. The majority of the women today in high-ranking positions in politics, they operate from the masculine. We will never get anywhere as a country with masculine men and masculine women. You have to have the balance of the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang. But until women in high-ranking positions like politics understand that we have to operate not from the same way men operate, we're not going to see any massive changes. So since the 1960s, there's been a 60% increase in health conditions in women that are women prone, women only type of sicknesses. And that's because we went in and we start breaking down our bodies. We start acting in a way or working in a way that's designed for men. We don't see no men with no breast cancer, and men have boobs too. We don't see that. They have other issues, but they don't have as the same issues that we have. True enough, we have different organs, but it's just an amazing how it's been an increase by 60% and it all has everything to do with how we entered into the workforce. We were not feminine women when we entered into the workforce, and maybe we were just not taught that you can be successful. You can make money. You can be in a position of power and leadership. You can be assertive. You can be a woman that is not a doormat. She is resilient, but she's also a feminine woman. She doesn't walk around talking about how much of a boss chick she is. Bad bitches, I'm about to get my coin, and she doesn't have to do that. She just is, and her presence is power without her ever having to have power in a masculine way. Here's the thing about a feminine woman. Being here, I'm at the Rose Hall Hilton, and I did a little tour about who Rose Hall was. Rose Hall was a woman that actually killed men, and men knew that she killed them and took their money. But her feminine energy, now I'm just using this as an example to show you the power of the feminine, and when you're in that, it is like kryptonite. Even though these men knew she was killing men and taking their stuff, they were still drawn to the feminine energy that she had. And she was killing them one by one. Boop, 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 boop. But it was something that they could not resist. It's like a siren. If you know any of the mythologies of the sirens, the siren is said to be a woman that was under the sea, and when the ships with the men came by, captains had to tie their men down because the sound of the siren drove them crazy and they wanted to get to it, right? But that's that feminine energy, right? And what we don't understand, that we have so much power doing it in a feminine way than we do in a masculine way, because you're just going to have two bulls butting head. So people used to ask, once I got into the feminine, people would ask, April, how do you get these powerful, egotistical, narcissistic men to sign your contracts without giving you all of that pushback? I said, because I go into the office as a feminine woman. I don't try to butt heads with them. I don't try to be what they are. I present what I have, but I do it in a feminine way. And I'm just a woman that's okay with being a woman and using the tools that God gave us as women to actually use. Okay? I'm not one of them that say, so you only want to work with me because of what I look like? I don't care. Men are visual. Who cares? Women that do that, they don't understand that's a tool that what the Creator gave them to utilize. Just like God gave men masculinity to use on us. I'm not one of those women that say, you know what, you need to see my brain first. No, I need you to see all of this first, because once you see all of this first, then that's going to make you want to learn what's in my brain. So all of this other stuff, I just don't believe in. I just don't. Look at all of this chocolate, honey. Let me lure you in. Now let's sit down and talk business, because your defenses and everything are not are not up. Good morning. Pull it up.
I'm not sure. I think it dropped down.
Hold on. Which one? What is it?
Just that wrapper. I don't know.
Oh, your ice cream.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was jewelry or what.
Ice cream.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, once again, as I was saying, I'm not bothered by using my appearance. I'm not bothered by using my femininity. What we've been taught is, no, you have to be like a man. And men, they battle wits. They have pissing contests. See who? I'm not doing that. I know that the feminine energy is going to draw you, and the visual is going to draw you. At that point, you're going to hear what I have to say. So, I'm not one. If you're looking for somebody that can teach you that, to just let him see you for who you are. No, let him see you in all your glory, and being a feminine woman. Then he will hear you. That's how I was able to get the contract signed, to the point where one of my clients back home in California had 20,000 members at their church, and his kids came to me and was like, "Hey, Miss April, how did you get my daddy to write you a check the first day you get here? My daddy don't write checks." I said, "Because you guys don't know how to talk to your father." And like I told some ladies last night, we were having this conversation. I said, I don't talk to men in the same manner that I talk to women. And we have not been trained to do so. So, getting back to my story on femininity, 2014, after my breakup, I went into that whole transformation, metamorphosing into the feminine woman, the non-stereotypical, when we see television, when we see black women on TV, we don't really see feminine women. We see empowered and powerful women, but we really seldomly see feminine women. And two of my favorites, like the one that really helped me with this, is Shirley Ralph, and my idol, I would trip out if I met her, and anybody in the world, would be Miss Diane Carroll. I love her. I would love to meet her. If any of y'all can make that happen, make it happen. I would just like to sit at her feet and just glean, honey. But what happened was, and I'll share this with you because, I figured it out. All of the years that I was in business, my income did not change and skyrocket until 2017. Now, mind you, this makes 16 years, I think, this year that I've been in business. And I was doing stuff and constantly y'all saw me selling products and this and that. I was doing stuff, right? But I wasn't making any money. And it wasn't until I learned how to be a feminine CEO, how to take inspired actions, how to sit back and be in my spiritual place, being my sensual place, because sensuality and spirituality goes together. That's when the ideas started to flow. I wasn't doing, I wasn't pushing, I wasn't trying to make things happen. I wasn't getting anxious. I had a lady tell me the other night, she's like, but Miss April, I am atypical, and what'd she tell me? She said, I'm very controlling. I had to let go of the control and surrender to being a feminine woman. That's when my money changed, I promise you. Right now, like I said, I'm sitting here in beautiful Montego Bay just so I can write. I just got a new house. I bought my BMW last year for my birthday. I get up and go when I want to. How am I able to do that and not miss a beat? I took off from the end of April until I'll probably come back full time in October. How was I able to do that? It was because I learned that my feminine energy and the flow of it is what draws the income in. I had to have a hysterectomy back in 2015, all because I had broken my body down doing and hustling and going. Then all of a sudden, my womb area, a lot of women have issues in the womb area, and I'm one of them that did. And I ended up having to have a hysterectomy. Another reason why I had to sit down this summer is because all of those years prior to knowing to operate in the feminine, what I did, and I haven't shared this with anyone but my But my membership, my Teach Me How to Date membership was, I've trained my body all these years to push past the stress, right? So now I had to go into recovery to regain the triggers, because I had pushed past my stress triggers. So my body is actually feeling the stress. But although everything, money is good, family is good, and all of this, I started having health issues because all of those years of breaking my body down has finally caught up with me, right? But as women, we keep going, we keep doing, we keep pushing. We don't feel our pain. We act like we have to be mom and dad instead of just being mom, because single fathers never say, I'm dad and mom. They just be dad. Only a very few of them, very tiny minute, may say that. But you don't really hear that from men saying, I'm dad and mom. They have women in their life, whether mother, aunt, sister, friend, girlfriend, whatever, to be that feminine energy. So they just stay in the masculine. What we've done is we stay in the masculine and halfway in the feminine. And here's the thing, 90% of our day is spent in the masculine, especially if you're working in the workforce, because you haven't mastered how to make your money, get that promotion, start a business in a feminine manner. There's a bunch of women out here teaching you how to be bosses and make 6-7 figures. That's doing. What I teach is how to get into the feminine energy first, being and doing things by inspired actions, and then creating, and then watch the money flow. There's a method to this. But you can go out there, like I said, you can log on the internet in any given day and find somebody teaching you how to be a boss. Girl, take your power back. You know, I saw somebody sent me something, some foolishness that said, you don't put your dreams to no side for no man. I'm like, wait. Why you can have a man and live your dream. And the problem is most women don't even know what their dream is, because if you had kids early, they took over your life. So you don't even know what you wanted to be. What you wanted to do. So after I really got into this femininity work and changed the trajectory of my life, I started to see massive increases in my income. And I'm going to teach you how to do that as well too. I wanted to give you a heads up because y'all say, Miss April, you don't be letting us know. So I'm letting you know, as of Monday, I will be, registration will start for later on this month for my Feminine CEO 2.0, how to use your feminine energy to attract the income that you desire. 3-day, this is going to be 3-day webinar on the internet, so you can participate from anywhere in the world. And it's probably going to challenge you. I know it's going to challenge you, as well as it's going to stretch you, because I'm not going to just be teaching you business techniques, especially if you want to make money like I do, using the internet and being able to work from your phone, being able to work from your laptop anywhere in the world. So registration will start for that on Monday. So I wanted to give you a heads up, and I will give you the pricing for this 3 days. There will be 3 pricing tiers for a 3-day period. The first 24 hours, this 3-day event is going to be $97 for 24 hours. After that, it's going to go up to $147 for another 24 hours. And after that, the final price will be $197 on the 72-hour, the 36-hour mark. So it's up to you to decide if this is something that you want to learn before the year comes. And if you're not getting the notifications, make sure you join my text list at A Mason. Text 555 A Mason. How does it go? Text A Mason to 555-888. See, when I put a price tag on it, folks start leaving. I'm glad. I like people that like to invest in themselves, because there's so much free content out there. And what I find is people do not value what they do not pay for. Okay? People don't value what they don't pay for. So we went to over 200 people to 172 people once I showed you what the price tag was. That's wonderful. I like to weed out people. My ladies that invest in themselves and Teach Me How to Date VIP Academy, they either are now engaged in relationships, or they have high value men chasing after them. That's because they invested in themselves, right? And so people keep asking me, well, how do I do this? Well, you need to do what these ladies are doing. I can tell you what to do, but because there's more steps to it. Good morning. There's more steps to it than just me telling you something right here. It's work that has to be done. I only like to work with women who are willing to invest in themselves and put in the work, because I've invested tens of thousands of dollars to learn what I've learned. And yeah, I give you guys free nuggets, but there's some people that are able to pick up on the free nuggets that I've given and take it and run with it. But there's others that you give them something free, they don't really do anything with it. But I need to be able to give you my time to work with your mind, okay? So as of Monday, it will go on sale. Registration will start. And all of the information will be on the website. But the first 24 hours, it will be $97. The next 24 hours, it will go to $147. And the next 24, it'll go to $197. And that will be the price after that. The event will probably take place, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have my notes. I think it's at the end of September. Or the top of October. But I want you to go into fall knowing that in this short amount of time, and it's like almost this last 90 days of the year, you can change your income. I get so many women that say, Miss April, I don't feel right dating because my money isn't right. And I get it. I understand. You want to be able to, here's the thing. When your money is right, it puts you in a position to not be desperate for anyone that comes into your life and that can buy you some things. And I've been in that position before. I stayed in a relationship because I was like, ooh, child, I ain't never had no weekly allowance before. Ooh, child, I ain't never had nobody taking care of me like this. And what did I do? I got caught slipping, because when we broke up, I got so comfortable and I wasn't using that time to develop and into this feminine woman that when he left, my whole world was shook. Now, I'm not saying that a man cannot take care of you. I'm all for that too. But I'm also saying that if stuff hit the fan, the rug isn't pulled from up under you. And a lot of times when a divorce happens, the woman is affected more financially, material, than the man is. And so I was one of those women. And so I said, you know what? I'm all for, y'all know I'm all for the hypergamy lifestyle. But I do believe that a woman has more confidence. A woman can see clearer. She can make better decisions about a man when her money is right. That's why it's hard for men that don't have substance to get to me. Because it's like they want to sell me on all of their material things. And I'm like, okay, I love your accomplishments. I love all of your PhDs and MBAs and your nice cars and your boats and all of those wonderful things that they present to me. And that's wonderful. I like it. I like to ride on the boat. I like that you're able to fly me first class. And I like those things. Don't get me twisted. And I will enjoy them. But here's the thing. When you're a woman that can do those things for yourself, you don't get stuck on, I got to be with him and take this type of behavior because I like the perks. I have my own perks. What else you bringing to the table, baby? What else you got? Because this is nice. Trust me. I'm not saying I don't like it, because I do. But what else you coming with? What else you got, baby? Because I could do this too. I rode first class here to Montego Bay. So I could do that too. I can do that too. If I wanted to book a jet to fly from here to there, I can do that too. So, but I will enjoy you doing it. But just understand, this is not what's going to secure me. But I haven't always been that way. Because when I was struggling, y'all know my story. Started my business with $50 from a welfare check, living in the shelter. So when a man came along that could do things that I wasn't accustomed to, you want to hold on to him, even though he might not be good for you, but it's all because you're not accustomed to doing nice things for yourself. I buy weekly flowers for myself regularly. Everybody knows that. I show y'all that on my social media. I take myself to nice places for dinner, and I do nice things for myself. I came to Montego Bay by myself because I needed to write and I needed some pace. Okay? And what it did for me, once I got my money right, it took the blinders off of the stuff that a man can bring. And what it did for me was, it said, I need to see you. This is wonderful, but I need to see who you are. I need to see what your character is like. I need to see if our purpose, complements one another. I need to see how loyal you are. I need to see how you are with your family. Now, a lot of times when your money ain't right as a woman, and he giving you all of these things, you let certain things slide. I know, I did. I did. But what happened was this man couldn't cover me. He left me exposed. But he could take me on a trip though. He can give me an allowance though. He gave me a shopping spree though. So it's those things that when a woman is confident in her femininity and her money is flowing, she's not using her money or her success to emasculate a man, but what she's doing is she's positioning herself to pick the best man. Lord, he done started mowing the lawn. Hope y'all can still hear me. She can pick up the best man for her because a woman in her feminine, she can always inspire a man to create and make more money. That's easy, as long as he got a little bit of ambition. But finding someone that's heart is right, that has emotional intelligence, those things for me are more important than the fact that you can fly me on a plane or put me on a boat and take me somewhere. But the only way a woman can get that way and feel that way is when she's confident in herself, her femininity, and her own money is right. Am I telling the truth? Am I speaking to you? I hope I'm speaking to you this morning. I totally see the difference. So let me tell you this. What happened was, when my ex and I broke up, the one that was taking care of me and everything, he wanted to get back with me 2 years later. And that time, I got my money right. It wasn't where it is now, but I had made the shift and I was making it happen, right? So I had an opportunity to go back. And he was like, you know what? I know you're doing this book tour, so come hang out and you can stay at the house and blah, blah, blah. Because he was trying to get back with me, right? I went back as a different woman. I didn't need him for anything. I wasn't losing my car. I wasn't losing my house. I wasn't, didn't have, I didn't have no money in the bank, none of that. So I went with a clear mind to see, could we make this work? On day 2, his ass started acting up. The same stuff that I didn't like before. But I remember getting back in my rental car. I said, I'll be back. I'm going to the store. And I just smiled. I said, God, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to tap into the divine feminine so that I could see what I was capable of. I was able to start making money, and I can see this man is not a good match for me. I don't need him for anything. So I can actually make a conscious decision and say, no, he done tried to come back 2 more times since then. And I tell him, we ain't a match. But what he loves about me, and we talked about this, I seen him recently. He came to Atlanta, and I seen him recently. We had dinner, we had a discussion. He said, what I love about you, and he's a businessman. Businessmen always love the feminine woman who has the ability to amplify. He loves that I would always give him ideas. Honey, why don't you try this? What do you think about this? And it always making money. A woman that can be in her feminine, that can be seductive, sensual, spiritual, can give wise counsel, and she can give brothers $1 million ideas and they do it and it works. He always wants you around, okay? It's the energy. It's the energy that you bring. I am an asset. I add value to your life, but you cannot be an asset woman without being in the feminine, 100% asset woman. So for instance, the lady I was talking to at dinner the other night, her and her husband, she was telling me, my husband, he's gone 2 days out of the week. I mean, he's only home 2 months out of the week because he go traveling and whatnot. And she was like, yeah, he loves my confidence and I know how to make it happen and blah, blah, blah. I said, let me explain something to you. I said, if you don't get in the feminine, your husband gonna mess around and leave you if he don't already have somebody on the side, because you can't talk to him like that. And then she's like, yeah, he always said you can't talk to a black man like that, because she's a Caucasian woman. I said, let me explain something to you. I said, you think with confidence is something, your definition of confidence is something that it's not. I said, your husband loves that you can book his events, that you can plan his trips, that you can do all of those things, right? She said, oh yeah, he loved that. I said, but look at the other issues that you guys are having. I said, a businessman will always keep a woman who can help him make money around, but he will cheat on her or leave her for the feminine woman because she ignites his soul. But he'll still keep you hanging around because men are about money. They like to make money. Okay? So I said, he likes that you're this, but this side is lacking. I said, when you go back to your hotel room, let's see. Somebody said, why do you still entertain his presence? Because, okay, you talking about my ex? Because we ain't mad at each other. We still, he and we still make money together. I'm just in a place where I can do what most women cannot. I can look at money-making opportunities and say, my ex and I, we should have never been in a relationship, but we make damn good business partners. So most women get caught up in their emotions. You know, we can't be together. So I'm like, no, hell no. If I know he and I can make money together, yes, I'm still making money off that man. That's being deposited in my bank account on a regular basis. And he knows it. And he still makes money off of what I helped him develop years ago. But most women cannot. Why you deal with him and why you still give him access to you? Because we make money together. Get out of your emotions and stop wearing your emotions on your sleeve just because two people break up. Yes, the breakup was bad in 2014, but baby, in 2019, we still make money together. He knows I have the photo booth business. He's like, all right, what we gonna do with this photo booth business? Because I need to do that. Okay, well, I'm an affiliate of the photo booth. You buy the photo booth through me, I get a cut. Y'all need to get up out your feelings. Just because something doesn't work out, it doesn't mean there was not supposed to be an opportunity there. My ex and I, and any man that I've dated, we're probably still cool. We always made good money together. So if you're going to not deal with a man because I don't even want anything that he has to offer, hell no, that is not wise. That is not wisdom. So yes, when he came to town for his daughter's graduation, he hit me up and was like, hey, what you doing? I'm like, I'm this, that. And he said, let's go to dinner tonight. I had actually had to go to a gala. So I went from the gala to have dinner. And we start chit-chatting and we start talking. Of course, a man that when you've changed his life, he gonna always flirt with you. But he know it ain't going nowhere. But when we start talking about that money and how much money we can make, I'm not letting my emotions take control of me when I'm trying to build a legacy for my family, for my grandkids. Matter of fact, while I was on my way here, my daughter went into labor. By the time I landed, her labor was 1 minute and 51 seconds. My new granddaughter is here. I get to meet her when I get home. So I know how to put my emotions to the side. Okay? And I'm going to teach you that in this course, this 3-day course as well, too. Get out your feelings, honey, especially if he's want to make some money with you and there's something that you can get out of the deal. Y'all better quit. But anywho, being a feminine woman is also learning how to control your emotions. You know? I just say, did you give him some of that jacket just because? Why the hell would I do that? See, that's basic woman thinking. Did I give him some just because? That's basic ass woman thinking. You don't give up the ass because some dope joker can sit there and talk to you about some business. You're a basic one. You got to earn this ass. This is not something that's just given away. The fact that you can even ask that question, that says that a woman can't be in a man's, she used to date's presence and talk business without sleeping together. Dumbass question. Basic ass woman question. It's like, where do y'all come up with this shit? Like, really? No, it's about the money. It's about what we can build together for his side of what he's trying to do. And what I can do. A lot of y'all women giving up the ass for a couple cookies. These men ain't had to prove nothing to you. Oh, girl, he took me out. And for old time's sakes, no, when I'm done with you on the romantic side, I'm done with you. Don't mean we can't make no money together. I take PayPal, Discover, Stripe, Visa, MasterCard, cashier's check. But that doesn't entitle you to the ass. Let me correct you real quick. Basic ass thinking women, like... What did you tell the lady to do to her husband? Oh, this is what I told her. I said, I know this is going to make you feel like everything on the inside of you, it's gonna make you feel yucky, but I need you to do this. I said, when you go back upstairs to your room, I want you to go upstairs because you just told me how you talk to your husband, and girl, and I told her I wouldn't be surprised if he has a woman on the side. I said, but even if he does and you don't know about it, because you say he's only home 2 days out of the month because he's making good money, right? Even if he's not, Even if he does have somebody on the side, we want to get her going. I said, so this is what I want you to do. I said, go upstairs and say, babe, I know that I don't always tell you, but I really appreciate what you do for our family. I really appreciate the sacrifices you make. I know you don't want to be gone away from us so much, but I also know that this is your purpose, and I married a man with vision. So I just wanted you to know that I appreciate everything you do for us and the sacrifices you make. Lord have mercy, she lost it. She was like, April, I can't do this. Well, we're on the same flight. She said, are you sitting in first class? I said, yeah. She said, I'm in this seat. I said, okay, I'm in this seat. I'm going to look at you and be like, did you do it? So I don't know if she's done it yet. This was the night before last, right? So I want to see if she did it. And like, if you don't, you're going to lose your husband. And because I said, sounds to me from what you're telling me, he's only keeping you around talking to him like that because you know how to handle the business side of things. But I wouldn't be surprised if he got a little feminine, sexy things over to the side. Somebody said, really, she can't do this for her husband? And it goes back to the feminine. When you're not accustomed to being in the feminine and you're accustomed to being in control, it's hard for you to do that. I've had to tell my daughter that. You know, she's like, Mama, my husband. I said, this is what you say. She said, I don't want to say that. Say it. Ain't gonna be no divorces around here. When a woman is not accustomed to, once again, talking to a man in a way that a man can receive, it pulls on her. It's like, shoot, like, golly, I don't want to say this because it requires you to what? Get vulnerable. And I'm going to teach you about that in the Feminine CEO 3-day webinar that I'm going to be teaching you. Like I said, registration goes live on Monday. So everything that I'm talking about right now, even though I'm not giving you bullet points, these are all of the things that we're going to be discussing because, like I said, I can easily teach you how to make money. Can easily teach you how to do that, but you won't be able to sustain it and keep it if I just teach you the money side. I want y'all to be wealthy. I want y'all to have stocks and bonds and CDs. I want y'all to have investments, and I want you to do it as a feminine woman because what it's going to do is all that stress that you are used to having on your shoulders, it lifts because at that point you don't have to wonder if you're making the right decision because being in the feminine and being spiritual, you take inspired actions. You don't just hop up and jump on the first or the next multi-level marketing or network marketing product. But now I'm selling noni juice. Now I'm doing prepaid legal. Now I'm selling paparazzi jewelry. You don't just hop on it because you're looking at what money it can make. Once you get into the divine feminine, it will lead you to where you need to be, right? You gotta understand that. You gotta understand that. So with that, like it's getting back to the lady, I know it took everything out of her to say that. And I don't know if she did. I don't know yet. I'll see her when we get to the airport. But I told her, I said, the same way I'm talking to you, I don't talk to men the same way that I'm talking to you. And I said, but you done told this man that you don't need him and you take care of the kids by yourself and blah, blah. You done told me everything you talked to this man and said. And I wouldn't be surprised why he gone 2 days out of the month. She said, but he's always booked. I said, please understand, a man will rearrange his schedule. I said, you become more of a feminine woman, he'll be home 2 weeks out of the month versus 2 days. But you don't inspire him to want to be home. Okay? You don't inspire him to want to be home. I'll leave your ass too. Have something on the side too. But I said, but you're thinking he's around because of what you can do. See? And that's what I want to teach you, ladies. It's not about what you can do. It's about who you are. It's about being. I said, so a lot of women get it misconstrued and think, well, you know what? This man, he's staying with me because I can do this, I can do that. No. He's tolerating you because you're an asset in one particular area. And matter of fact, I'll tell you this story. One of my, somebody I dated shortly after my divorce. We dated for about 6 months, right? And now we ended up breaking up, but then, years down the line, he got married. So he's been married maybe 3 years now, 3-4 years. And every now and again, I'll run into him, and he's like, man, my wife don't have no April Mason in her. And I said, what do you mean? He said, man, when things get hard, she get nervous. She don't think to create an ebook and come out with this, that, and the third. I said, oh, this is easy. And I said, what's that? I said, you married a woman that you can hire somebody to replace what she does. And this is an example I'm going to use, and I want you to hear this. When you really think that because of what you can do is what is the key thing. I said, you married somebody that you can hire somebody to replace what she can do. I said, she can cook, you can hire a chef. She can clean, you can hire a maid. You have sex with her, you can hire somebody for that. I said, but see, when you and I were together, the reason why you still want to call me, and I had to stop him from calling me, don't call me with your good news. Call your wife. And I even blocked his number. He probably watching. Yeah, you know I blocked your number because he tried to hit me up in my other inboxes to tell me his good news. Because I said, but here's the thing. When you and I were dating, I knew the soul and essence of the man. But you went and got somebody that doesn't know that. She hasn't taken the time to see who you are in all your glory. So you married somebody that you can hire somebody to replace what she does. So when things get tough, she doesn't get into the feminine and create. She get on your ass and put extra pressure on you about doing X, Y, and Z because she doesn't know how to utilize you. And he said, one thing you said when we were together is you said women, after we broke up, you said women don't know how to utilize me. No, I said you have a major name in your industry and women don't know how to take that name and flip it and amplify it and get everything they want. They're looking for you to give, but they're not willing to amplify. I said, so now you're in a situation where you're looking at a woman that when something major happens for you on television, she doesn't know how to receive it. When something major happens for you in the community, she doesn't know how to receive it because she's used to dealing with a man that goes to work every day. Well, you're an entrepreneur. I get that. I said, but what she gets is go to work, get a check. So now you married her because everything that she does can be replaced by a swipe of a Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, a black card. She can be replaced. I said, but the very thing that you want from her is her understanding and knowing who you are as a man. She don't get that. So with that said, I said, to the person that asked about the lady I talked to, I was trying to explain this to her, the one I talked to the day before yesterday, that yes, your husband married you and he loves you for these things over here, but a booking agent, you could be replaced. You're his booking agent, his travel agent, and you handle all his business affairs. He could hire somebody to manage that. What's made you irreplaceable? That's replaceable, okay? The feminine is not replaceable. It's not replaceable. Your own unique fingerprint, femininity print, it's not replaceable. That's why, as I'm sitting here at Rose Hall, Hilton Rose Hall, and I did the tour, that the lady that this place is named after, I found out when I got here, she would lure men in. Men knew she was a murderer, but that feminine energy, that seduction that she had, couldn't keep them away. And she would kill them and take their money. That right there is power. Not you being able to be a booking agent. Not your ability to help him manage his books. That he can hire somebody to do that. What else do you offer as a woman? That's why in this course, it's 3 days. I'm making it 3 days. Day 1, 2, 3. There'll be 3 particular parts that I'll be teaching. And like I said, the last day and a half will be about the money. But I need to get you ladies in your feminine energy so that you can be irreplaceable. Okay? The site isn't up yet. Registration will go live on Monday, but make sure that you are on my text list, because those that are on my email list and my text list will get notified first. And the text, you can text A Mason to 555-888. And so I know that a lot of business coaches for women we're not going to teach you what I'm teaching you. They're just going to teach you the money part. And if you notice, a lot of them out there, they're real hard. They talk hard, They're not really in that feminine. And like I said, a lot of women in our society in a high-ranking position that women we look up to, they're not feminine women. They're empowered women. They teach you how to be empowered. You don't come up out of their events talking about, I want to be a soft feminine woman. And I love Michelle Obama. Don't get me twisted. But Michelle Obama don't teach you how to be feminine. She dresses feminine, but she teaches you how to go after it, how to make it happen, how to make it do what it do. You feel empowered, like I can take over the world when you leave her events. That's wonderful, and that's a part of it. But what we're missing is, we have too much of that. We got a whole lot of that going on. We don't have women learning the other parts, not realizing Yes, they taught me to go, do, and go accomplish, go get my degrees and climb up the corporate ladder, start my business. Nothing wrong with that. But the missing component is the feminine aspect. The feminine aspect of being into that creativity, that sensuousness, as they call it, the juiciness, the softness, the gentleness, the what do you call it? The surrendering. So we do need to be taught how to be empowered and being a resilient woman. But just as much as we need that, we need the other side too, which is why you don't see a lot of feminine women in high-ranking positions. They have the look of it because they wear the lipstick and the dress and all of that. That ain't just feminine. That's an enhancement. It's your energy. It's even, I know we love Auntie Maxine. We love Auntie Maxine Waters, but at the end of the day, she's masculine. And we praise her for being able to stand up to Trump. And this, I promise you, if we had more feminine women in the White House, we'll see all of this stuff shift. So we need to be assertive. We need to not be doormats. We need to be resilient, but we also need to be interdependent. We also need to be soft. We also need to be gentle. We also need to know how to let go and release control. We also need to learn how to take inspired actions and create. And I know this is not going to be popular because I mentioned two of black folks' favorites, Michelle Obama and Auntie Maxine. I get it. But at the end of the day, walking in a room, domineering like a man is not going to get our country into the same place that we need to be. Lorianne, what happened? Lorraine, she said so basic. Bye. Somebody must have said something. That's one of my teachers. My VIPers are on here, so if y'all come for me, they gonna come for you because they've experienced the results of what I'm teaching. So if they come for you, don't be mad. It's only because they have been with me through whether private coaching, whether teach me how to date or asset elevation, and they know that they have experienced the results of what I teach, and they know I'm not talking out the side of my neck. So with that, I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to go grab me something to eat, but I just want to let you know, instead of doing the live event, because you guys asked, when we can come to Atlanta and do this event. No, what I want to do is I don't want to do I made a decision. I'm not going to do any events, live events that I'm putting on the rest of the year. I may do 2 more webinars, one being the Feminine CEO, and I have another one in mind that I want to do. So anyone in the world can actually participate. But if, ladies, you really want to get your money right, get into the feminine. Be a feminine CEO. Stop walking around here talking about I'm a boss. And people buying domain names, naming their business, Miss Boss Lady, Boss this, Boss that. No, you're a feminine CEO. You're a feminine CEO. Lead from within. Yes, we could dominate the earth. And the thing is, here's the thing. We could dominate the earth, but we don't want to dominate the earth. What we want is the yin and the yang, the masculine and feminine. We want the men to go out there and dominate. And then they come home to us, to a safe place, a peaceful place to lay their head in our lap. Don't call me no warrior. I'm not a warrior. I don't want to be no warrior. I don't want to. That's not what I want to do. Don't call me strong. You can call me resilient because as I teach, the more you call a person strong or tell a person they're a strong, independent woman, what you're saying is that you've identified that they can carry stuff on their back and you're going to subconsciously give them ish to put and test them and try them because you've identified them as strong. It's like a mule. I would not put the same luggage on a dog that I would a mule. A mule has been identified as something that's strong. So subconsciously, I'm not even going to think about if the mule can carry it. I know it can. Okay? I know it can. Because that's what mules do. But you're not going to put that same luggage on a cat or a dog because subconsciously you already know without having to think from a conscious place that a cat or dog can't handle that. But you already know, it's been stamped in your brain, mules are strong and they can handle it. Horses are strong. Bulls are strong. They can handle that. So I can put that on their back and they're not going to feel it. I can sit on a camel's back and not worry about being 200 pounds on the camel's back because camels are strong and they can handle it. I don't have to think twice about that. But I can't go sit on no dog's back. I can't go sit on no rabbit's back. Why? Because they're delicate. They're soft. That little mushy in the middle. So you have to think. And people start asking me, why is it not a compliment to be called a strong, independent black woman? Because of the stuff that we get put on our back subconsciously, because people have made us to where they know she can handle it. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Don't call me no warrior princess. Don't call me, a woman that can just handle it all. No. So yes, to the person that said, as women, we can dominate. Yes, we can. But we don't want to dominate. We shouldn't try to want to be one up the men. No, we need to work together. You go out there and hunt and get the food and all of that. Baby, I ain't got no problem cooking it. Because guess what? My nails are still cute. Because I ain't been outside digging in dirt and trying to kill and do all of these other things. My nails are still cute. My pedicure is still on point. I still am in the feminine. But it doesn't mean that I am not of value. Okay? Doesn't mean that. It just means that my value and how I present myself as an asset is in this particular area. Not trying to be valuable like you do in the masculine. I'm just saying, I hope I'm making sense. It says strong women always want somebody to be strong for her, but she never gets that because she keeps proving how strong she can be. That's really what it is. Strong people never get help because they've proven that like the work mule, like the mule and the cow and the camel, they've already proven that they are strong enough to handle all of the baggage. All of, different people sitting, all 200, 300 pound people sitting on their backs. They've already proven that. So ain't nobody gonna come to the rescue of the camel that's already proven that they can handle the strong bodies and packages. Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense to y'all. So I want to teach you from a different perspective. And like I said, the reason why I'm able to make moves the way that I am is because I remember when I made my first $500. I was like, ooh, good job. I made my first $500. I remember when I made my first 1,000. I remember it was like, oh my God, I done made $2,000 a month in my business. And then I remember when I was like, oh damn, I done made $5,000 in my business and I ain't left my freaking house. Then I remember when I made $20,000. Then I remember when I made $30,000. Then when I made $50,000. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. My goal is to be making $100,000 minimum a month. But I had to take inspired action. And the only way I was able to take inspired action is I had to get in the feminine place to be able to ignite my creativity. But trust me, I'm not telling you this. This ain't coming from somebody that had it like that. Like I said, I started my business with $50 from a welfare check, homeless, living in a shelter with my 3 babies. So this is something that I would have never thought that I would have seen. But out of all those years starting business, doing businesses, I didn't get to that point to where my income skyrocketed until I started cultivating the feminine. And that's no lie. I promise you, that is no lie. That was in 2014 to 16. That's when I took that sabbatical. And that's when the Creator was really dealing with me about this femininity, even down to April, I would hear, because I got so spiritually connected, because I blocked everything out. Spiritually connected don't mean church, but I got spiritually connected to where it was like, April, why are you walking so fast? That man asked you if you wanted him to carry your bag to the car. Why didn't you say yes? Why? All of that prepared me to receive. Y'all, I'm talking better than y'all saying amen. So everything that I tell my clients to do, it's not just for a man. It's going to increase your money. It's going to increase your relationships with other females. I'm just saying. That's Patricia Love. She was one of my first. She in a successful relationship now. She said, lesson learned, my dear. And I know there's a wedding coming because, I didn't heard about some things. So I'm waiting to get that invitation so I can come up to where you are, go to this here wedding. Okay? So with that, ladies, stop following the crowd, okay? Stop jumping on every trend. Stop jumping on the boss chick train. Stop being basic in your thinking. Stop undervaluing yourself. Stop looking at being a feminine woman as being weak. My power is there. matter of fact, what made the lady talk to me about her husband, and when I sat down, she said, oh, this is what she said. She said, you're the epitome of black don't crack. Like, this lady, the white lady married to the black man. And she said, you're the epitome of black don't crack. She said, I watched you when you walked in here. You walked in here so confident like a supermodel. What is it that you do? That's how we got to talking. Because what I teach you is not just about, once again, the man, the money. It ain't just about that. It's being the overall well-rounded woman. Someone said, I have never heard that feminine CEO. Hey, that should be copywritten. It already is. I already own the trademark, Carmen, on it. My attorney on here, she'll let you know. You try it, we will come for you. I already own it. It's been trademarked. So has Teach Me How to Date. We don't play no games. We can be soft. Here's the thing, ladies, in business, we're soft and feminine, and we're gentle, and we are slow with our speech and all that, but we are extremely dangerous. You know why? Because we're unsuspecting, we're not the typical woman, and we handle our business. So even though I'm talking to you like this about the feminine CEO, baby, that's already been trademarked. There she is. There go my attorney right there. She like, she's smiling. She already know. So we got this on lock. So don't even try, because we will send you. She'll send you some paperwork. So I can't wait to release this on Monday. Once again, it'll be 3 tiers of pricing. $97, and this is for all 3 days. For the first 24 hours, $147. It goes to $147 after that, and it goes to $197 after that. Okay, so I'm just letting you get your coins right for Monday. So if you want to be a part of the $97 crew, if you don't have it, you better find it, because what I'm going to teach you is going to change the trajectory of your life the way it's changed my life. And I don't even have to get my own testimonials. You see the ladies in the comment section letting you know what it is and what they've been able to do. What you said, love to know how you properly handle the business. I'm going to teach you that in the feminine CEO. You got to make sure. And then there's a lot of you women out here also that'll tell me that you don't have money to do X, Y, and Z, but you got men in your life and you got men that you're sleeping with. And I'm like, how you giving him some and you don't have no money? Like, how you giving him your time and you need food at the house? How you all in love with somebody and you can't get no gas in your car? That's not of God. That's totally not of the Lord. Love you too. Patricia said, my life has changed so much. Love you, April. Love you too. I can't wait to hear the story. You said you got some stuff to tell me. You got some stuff to tell me. So once again, ladies, it's time to be feminine CEOs. Take off the boss chick. Take off your cape. You know, Karen White, I had the pleasure of meeting. Matter of fact, I had the pleasure of meeting her. And Karen White told me out of her own mouth the reason why her and, what's his name? She was married to Jimmy Jam or Taylor Lewis. That it didn't work is because she was trying to be the superwoman, which is opposite of what she was saying. I'm not your superwoman. We had this really great conversation in Sacramento about 2013. And she told me she was the one that messed up the marriage because she was so got it. And if y'all notice, Miss Nicki Minaj then retired because she wants to focus on the family, focus on her relationship. I'm telling y'all, more and more women are getting it. It doesn't mean we cannot be successful in business. What it means is we have to learn how to balance. We have to learn how to balance. This is where's it going to be? It's going to be live. Anybody in the world can be able to participate. So I didn't do it to where it's in Atlanta. I did it to where once it goes live, registration goes live, you will know that where to go. Once you register, you will get the link to where you can watch it live. So there is no excuses. There's no flight that you need to take. You don't have to pack no bags. You can sit there naked and watch. You can sit there in your pajamas, and watch. So, and Amber Rose, the main women, especially that Amber Rose. Yes, I saw that. I said, y'all keep playing. Y'all keep following these women that's teaching y'all how to be boss chicks and bad bitches, but yet they got a man and a family that they loving. But their music tells you to be boss chicks and bad bitches and F these dudes and blah, 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 blah. Even Cardi B, with her foul mouth, got a whole husband. But y'all following behind. Keep on. Ain't nobody getting got but y'all. Especially black women that's following behind all the madness. Okay? I'm just telling you, they duping y'all. You know, Beyonce got a whole husband and a family. She took off so she could have her family. Nicki Minaj taking off so she can have her family. Amber Rose is doing all that. We even see Gabrielle Union still doing her work, but she always desired to be a mother. She got that now, but she's still, balancing the two. Y'all better get with it. Y'all better get with it. Following behind all this movie music, twerking, all out here twerking your asses to lyrics that's degrading you, but yet them same people creating them lyrics, they got whole families, whole husbands, and they just so happy in my own little family. I got it, because that's what most women want. Not all, but majority of women, because of how we're wired to be those nurturers, those caretakers, those, to want the family, the picket fence, and all of those things. There's a small percentage of women that don't really want that, but they're the exception. How we're wired to be that. But y'all have been following behind these non-feminine women telling y'all to get his by his money, blah 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 blah, do this, do that, and F these Negroes, blah 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 blah. And y'all like, yeah. How that working for you? Yep, Sierra won too. Sierra is the epitome of the feminine woman who is handling her business and taking care of her family and making her money all at the same time without having to be Fantasia too. Keep on. Y'all gonna get with it. As soon as the music come on, here y'all twerk it. I don't even know how to do it. Yes, boss chicks don't rule the world. Boss chicks is a trend. Okay, let me put my glasses on. Boss chicks is a trend. Kimberly says, I want to be a wife and a mother along with other things. So, yes, we love what you teach it. I'm just saying, honey. I'm just saying. See, Sierra is graceful. Nikki is a good female. Well, see, what's going to happen? Let me help you. Let me help y'all. What's going to happen? See, Nikki is getting into that feminine space. Don't be surprised when she converts, just like Sierra did. Sierra was a little ratchet, but she converted. The more you get into that feminine energy, the more you're going to convert. Amber Rose is converting. She talking about she ain't doing no more slut walks. Okay? So the more, once you start have that awakening moment, you start to see. Yeah. But y'all keep following behind these people and their music, and it's getting in your subconscious mind, and you are programming yourself by listening to that foolishness. But these same people giving you this music, they're not living that life. They got whole husbands and families, and they going on family vacations while you looking at their Instagram photos, talking about, oh, that's so cute. I'm killing myself right now. So when a woman gets into that feminine space, when she has that aha moment, who she used to be, it transforms. That's why you see Amber Rose transform. That's why you see Sierra transform. That's why you see Fantasia transform. Okay? Even the singer Pink, remember, she was a little ratchet too. She transformed. So that should tell you something. That should tell you something. So I'm here as a voice to kind of show you behind the veil of what's really going on. They all transform. They're not as what's her name? Angelina Jolie. She calmed all the way down when she got into that feminine, got married and went to family and all. Y'all gotta stop playing. Someone says, I'm a very feminine person married to someone who was forcing me into being masculine because he doesn't want to step up. No one can force you to be in the masculine. You're choosing to take up his slack. And it's hard not to choose to take up someone else's slack. So if you choose not to take up his slack and let everything fall, and that's one of the things that I had to do when I was married, and it tore me apart because I'm a doer. And when we went to marriage counseling, he told the counselor, everything our hands touch turn to gold. And I'm like, I'm not trying to put my hands on it, I'm trying to get you to hold it. But I had to learn to let it go. When I had to kind of hold my teeth together and like, oh, what won't he do? We lost our house. We lost our car. We lost all of our material possessions. But if I would have stepped in, we would not have. but I needed to see what I was dealing with, and I let him handle it. We divorced now, but at the end of the day, I could not. If you're going to let him lead, because I had, put it like this, whoever you marry, you chose. So I had to accept what I had chosen and also be in the position of the wife. I'm gonna let you lead. You say you know how to. But when he wasn't leading as fast as I could and make things happen, I had to sit back and I let the balls drop. The only way you're forced into masculinity is when you're trying to catch and trying to do and try to let it fall, even though it might hurt. I've experienced it already. And I'm like, golly, how many times we gonna get evicted? How many times we gonna? And then I realized, April, this is not the man for you. And so we divorced, and my life went. And so now I only deal with men that are. So for the person that said that, that would be my advice to you. Don't let anybody force you into the masculine. You're just gonna have to take the hit of what you chose. And it sucks. It totally sucks. So, anywho, Londa said, this feminine conversation feeds my soul, April. Thank you. You're so welcome. Yes, we do have the power to choose, but here's the thing, even with choice, you can do all that you can to choose the right partner to be with. But one thing you cannot do is control another person. Okay? So you can do your due diligence, say this person is right, but guess what? People choose to change. So you cannot feel bad because you did your due diligence and someone changed. You can't be held responsible for that. Okay? So don't look at it as a failure if you guys end up divorced or something. Don't look at it like that. But if you did your due diligence and you don't know what mental other stuff that a person might be dealing with and they shift, that's not you. So even myself, when I do remarry again, just because I do my due diligence and the man that I chose, I can't control if he decides to do something stupid. I can only control myself. So all I can really say on our wedding vows is, I like you right now, and we're gonna see where this goes, because people change. I can't expect you to be the same person today in 5 years. So I have that awareness. So my wedding vows will be a little bit different. a little bit different. And once people understand that you can't control the other person, you stop holding yourself accountable. Like, what did I do so wrong? What did I do? You'll stop doing that so much, okay? Well, I gotta go. I gotta go get me something to eat and enjoy the rest of my time here before I head back home to the ATL. But remember, on Monday, it goes live. And if you want to be notified first, you can either get on my mailing list or my text list, one or two ways. You can go to aprilmason.com and get your free Create the Life You Want in 2019 PDF. And I put you on my list. Or you can just simply text a Mason to 555-888, and you'll be on my text list. And those are on my text list, and my email list will be notified first when it goes live. So if you want to be one of the ones that's in the $97 price point, it will go live on Monday. So you're going to have your stuff together, okay? Love y'all. And thank you so much for listening and sharing. And make sure you share this video as well as subscribe. Y'all know, I'm so excited. Y'all got me to 145,000 followers right here on Facebook. It's been a long time coming. So I appreciate all of your support and all my Instagrammers and my YouTube folks. I appreciate you. But I can't wait to teach you this, ladies. It's going to be our little secret.